Okay, I am trying for the third time now to start this live broadcast, but I don't know why my Wi-Fi connection is so weak. But what I was saying before it hung up on me the second time is that Facebook Lives are not easy for me. It's not, I don't think most women like to do live videos on Facebook without any cosmetics on. I mean, it's just, we like to feel ready for the day. But I do know that being able to show you something, like demonstrate it on myself, is a great way for you to learn. And I have a lot of new customers in the last little while that are getting professional foundation, professional concealers, a lot of these products for the very first time, and they don't know how to use them. And so where I can't be with you face to face in person, I can demonstrate using myself to help you understand how to use these products. And also, there's also a lot of you that are checking them out for the first time and maybe unfamiliar with this brand. And so this is a chance for you to see how they work. So here I am in my bathroom, and I'm just gonna go through my stuff. So this is, these are all Limelight by Alcone products. Natalie, it looks like maybe you're on, and I know you use these products and you love them. So maybe you'll learn maybe a few more tips for me. But okay, so I have the Limelight by Alcone concealers. My website is liliesdreamskin.com also, if you want to check it out. So I have the palette with a bunch of different colors. They're very, very flexible. You can use different colors, but I'm going to go ahead and pick, I believe it's like shade number 2. And I can use 2, number 3, whichever in my skin. They're very firm to the touch. So if you're used to concealers that are super creamy or that squeeze out wet, these are going to feel totally different. These are professional grade. So these are the same products that makeup artists, have been using on their clients. That would have to be under hot lights and things, so they're very, very durable on your skin, and they're going to stay. So what I do is I just take it and I dab it right on with my finger. That's the method I prefer to use. You can use brushes and things. And then I have my Blenderful Cosmetic Sponge, which is the best cosmetic sponge I've ever used. And then, so I get my trouble spots. I have veins under my eyes that they've bugged me my whole life. I mentioned one time that when I was in high school, I worked, those of you that live in Mesquite, Nevada, you've been to Home Hardware. I worked at a hardware store when I was in high school, which was kind of funny because I was a girl back in the hardware section, and helping all the guys fit together like plumbing parts and things like that. And it got to where they would seek me out more than the guys working there because I got pretty good at it. And I'm all about customer service, so I took good care of them. Okay, so I put it on my trouble spots. Oh, I have spots under my nose. And then I will take the same concealer while I'm using it, and I'm going to dab it on my eyelids, and you can see I look all crazy. You want to just get some up there, and then you just blend it in, and that becomes an incredible eyeshadow primer. So your concealer does a lot for you. This type of concealer does because of the properties that it has. It's so blendable and just gives you a really great finish, and it helps your eyeshadows to be so much more blendable. You can use the same concealer that you just did under your eyes. I actually, because I have a little palette, I'll go just a little bit lighter just to brighten up my eyes. And I could even take that light concealer. So this is probably like a 1, and you can brighten up your eye area even more by just bringing it down below. I'm also going to teach you how to do a super, super easy winged eyeliner using eyeshadow.
Mom?
Just a second, my son. Yeah?
When do we go?
We're gonna go around noon.
Alright. He wanted me here now though, right?
Yeah, but we're not gonna be there that early. Okay. My son is playing in his band downtown today, and I'm supposed to be taking him, but it's way too early. He'd be sitting there for too long. So I'm doing this. Okay, so that's the concealer. Already, if you were to, let me see if I can dim this down a little bit. If you were to like watch this in replay and go back to the beginning, you'll see a big difference from the very beginning to right now. I could almost walk out the door and I would feel fine now. My eyes are brightened up. The flaws that I try to cover are covered. Let me see if I can dim it way down for a second. So you can see that there's a big improvement there. Okay, so I'm gonna go straight into foundation. But one thing I did forget that I'll just go ahead and do, even though it's kind of a step behind. I'm going to take my First Base Makeup Primer. I can never remember the clever little name they gave it. But it's of course, the Limelight Makeup Primer, and you just shake it up. And you just mist it on, ooh, nice line. Mist it on your skin very gently. And it helps to, if you have very visible pores, it helps to kind of fill those in a little bit. It's silicone free, but it does help to fill them in a little bit so you have like a nicer finish when you're completed. So that's a great one to do. And then I'm going to go straight into my foundation. I have this giant palette. You don't need to get a giant palette. You can buy them individually. It is fun to have a combination because you'll find different ones that you like. So just to show you, Limelight does have, I'm missing my olive too because I took it to put it in my little personal palette. But Limelight has a really great range of colors. Hey, Christina, thank you for saying hi. So they go from very, very fair, almost like Snow White fair, you know, all the way up into really nice deep shades. So they've got you covered, and they're flexible. I use probably 3 different shades on a regular basis. I made up my own little palette using the foundations that I personally love. And so my favorite one lately has been Shinto 1, which is this one. But I also love Olive 1, which is on the other spectrum. So one is a little bit more yellowy and one is a little bit more, I guess, pink tones. And they actually both work great for me. Technically, I tend to think I have more yellow tones, but this stuff is really forgiving. So this is my very beat up. I mean, you can see I use this stuff like crazy. And I'm just going to put my finger back in it. This is very high pigmented. It's 50% pigment. So this is going to be the highest pigmented foundation that you'll ever use. And what that means for you is that you use very little of it. So you're able to have a really natural finish using just a little bit of product. And so I will just dab it on. And I say this every time, but I think it's so important to remember that Limelight foundation, their botanical foundation, is the best-selling foundation in the professional world. I'm tongue-twisted. The best-selling foundation in the professional world for the last 50 years. So it's incredible. And it's available to us through Limelight now. So this is great stuff. So I mean, I barely have any on my finger. And I'm just dabbing it. I want a really natural finish. So I got my sponge just a little bit wet, and then I squoze out all of the water. So it's just barely damp. And that gives me a more natural finish. If you like a heavier, or you need a heavier or more opaque finish, then you want to go with, leave your sponge totally dry, and you'll get a heavier coverage. But I'm able to go with a lighter coverage, and I like that feeling of not having any makeup on. And you actually can achieve that with these cosmetics. Hey, Brent, I see you dropped in. Brent will be on my podcast next month in October, so that's exciting. I'm actually supposed to be down in Provo right now. Yeah, right about now, heading down to Provo, which is about an hour and a half south of me. I had an interview scheduled for today. He had to end up rescheduling because of like family emergency, but I'll show you who it was. Let me see. Okay, so this man, it says, his book is called My Name Used to Be Muhammad, and it's the true story of a Muslim who became a Christian, and he spent 15 years in an Egyptian prison because he converted to Christianity. And this is such an incredible, I loved it as a book on tape because I don't have time to read. Or maybe I should say I don't make time to read, but I listened to it for a week and was completely riveted by it, and I cannot wait to interview him. He's like, and he's a hero. He is a hero. And he was very gracious to let me come down and interview him. But I have to wait until next week. But the cool thing is, I never have time to do these lives and to show you guys things. So it kind of works out good. I'm able to do a few things at home and get to my son's band performance. Okay, so now I have done concealer and foundation. My skin is pretty much as flawless as I want it at this point. I like my skin to have a natural look. I don't want it to be just a, flat canvas. But you can achieve whatever look you want depending on how heavy you do it. So for me, this is perfect. I could walk out the door right now and I would feel great. I've already curled my eyelashes, so, I don't know if you can see, but I feel pretty good. I could do that, but I'm going to take it further because why stop when you have amazing professional products? So, oh, by the way, Christina, the palette, you're asking how much that palette is. I will have to check on the exact price on that. Like the full palette with 6, that's definitely more money. As you know, I think you just got the single. So you can go all the way from like a single foundation all the way up to like a full palette like that. Honestly, nobody needs, unless you're doing the business like I am and you need them for demonstration purposes, you don't need that many. But you can do like a 2. It's really awesome to have 2 different colors that you can kind of play around with. Okay, so I have taken we're moving on. I've taken my pointed blender brush, all over powder brush, and I've dipped it in my bronzer, and you have to see how much I love this bronzer. Look at this. I'm pretty much out of bronzer. I have a new one on standby, ready to replace this, but I'm gonna use every last bit of this. This is my favorite bronzer I've ever had because this is a total multi-purpose. I can contour my face with this. You can use it as all over face color. You can spend $50 on a contouring palette at Sephora or Ulta, but all you need is one bronzer from Limelight. I'm tippy-toeing because I realize how short I am in the camera. Yeah, I'm short. Okay, so I just take that. I have a ton of product on my brush, and all I'm doing is I'm going along my hairline, and I'm adding in that warmth. So I just washed myself out, visually with the foundation and concealer. My skin looks great. I have like really great looking skin now, but I want to add warmth back in. So I'm just taking that bronzer, and I don't, okay, so this is all broken up, so it's not super normal, but you really just tap it right onto the product. Their products are all so highly pigmented that you don't have to, thanks, Ginger. You don't have to add in, you don't have to scrub. You don't have to scrub to get it. And it's okay if you go a little too heavy when you apply it. Don't be nervous about it because that's what blending at the end is for. And all blending means is, oh, I just got blush on my, hang on. I'm gonna take my second one. I bought a second one because I love these so much. I was like, I need another. So I'm just gonna switch right over. What was I saying? Ginger, thank you. I have been growing out my hair for, I swear it's taken me 3 years. And every day I'm still like, I can't believe my hair is this long, because about 10 years ago, I got a pixie haircut that was the biggest mistake of my life. I don't know what I was thinking. I have a watermelon shaped head, and people like me should not have pixie haircuts. And so, I mean, I've come a long ways from those days. I think I was saying all blending means is taking a clean brush, which that could mean even just taking your brush and wiping it off on a towel so it's clean again, and just kind of buffing it out. So don't be afraid of using too much as far as powders go. Yeah, Ginger, you look great with your long hair too. I notice it all the time in your photos. And by the way, I want to see that video of you getting shots. I can't wait to see that. It looks so funny. And I think I'm guessing that's like an MMR shot maybe that you're getting in that photo where you're screaming, because those are like those thick peanut butter kind of shots that even as an adult, it's like so traumatic. Okay, so I've just taken that bronzer. I've gone through my hairline. You just take it right in there. You just kind of scrub it right in. And then I went along my cheekbones. I always want to say jawbones. Every time I do a video, I pause at that. But you just go right along your cheekbones. Now, the cool thing about the Limelight bronzer is it is so easy to work with. A lot of contouring powders, it's really easy to go over the top and too dark, but because these are so, I mean, it's like the perfect bronzer, I really don't even need to blend it. But kind of what I'm doing right now, where I'm just kind of playing with it, that's about as much blending as I need to do. And it's perfect. So I have warmth. Sometimes if I stand back a ways, you can see better the warmth. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with my second favorite powder, which is the highlighter. This is blush number 6, and I believe it's called Glowing. That my bronzer is falling apart. But let me see, so if I stand back, you can see it kind of has a peachy tone. It's a very shimmery tone, and it is gorgeous. If you're to get 2 powders from Limelight, get the bronzer and get blush number 6, and I promise you, you will be happy. I will personally teach you. We will get on FaceTime, Skype if we have to. If you get these and you're like, I'm just not, sure how to use them, because I'm so confident that they will be your 2 favorite products that I'm telling you, you gotta get it. Okay, so I just touched, probably got too much. I'm gonna take a little bit of that off. So I have the highlighter, and you may not be able to see this on the video, and I apologize, you might have to take my word for it a little bit, but I just kind of overlap a little bit right over that bronzer, and then I just touch down onto the blush again like that. And it is considered a blush. It's blush number 6, but it's almost like a non-blush. It's almost like the anti-blush. It just adds in like gorgeous shimmery glow. So there's that. Yes, I almost have to stand back to show you. You could stop here and you will look fantastic. A lot of times this is where I stop when I do demonstrations on people, because it's so simple and it's so few products that I'll just say, let's just stop and you can experience that. And that is actually like, if you buy the team collection, you get 2, I think, or is it the Beautiful You collection, which is an awesome package. Go to lilysdreamskin.com and look up the Beautiful You collection, and you can get 2 blushes. So you can actually pick the bronzer and the highlighter like I just did, and then you get the foundation, and you get 2 concealers, and I think a lip gloss, and I think a mascara, if I remember right. So that is the package to get if you want to start out, like total makeover with professional products, get that. But because I have more products and because I can, I'm going to add just a tiny bit of blush. So I'm going to take this color that I have. So this is the palette of 3 where you actually get to choose 3 different products. It's always a better deal to get a palette where you get a combination of things. You save money. So if you're looking at getting different products, either get a collection or get a palette where you can do some mixing and matching. So I just added in just a hint, like just barely a hint of some blush. And I'm done. I wish you could see, like, if you ever watch this in replay, start at the beginning and then just fast forward, to a later point, and you'll see that there's a big, big difference. And that was just using the basic foundation concealer and 2 powders. Okay, let's do a little bit of, I have to catch my breath because it's super stressful to be on Facebook Live. Try it. If you want to see how stressful it is, turn on Facebook Live and start talking where you can see if anybody's watching, and you'll feel how stressful it is. And it's fine, like sometimes there's nobody watching, but I know people watch it in replay, so I just keep going. It's totally fine. But it's a very unnatural experience, let me tell you. It's awkward. So that's why just the natural stress, kind of like gets you out of breath quicker. But I like doing this. I think it's really important to be able to show you guys how to do this stuff. Like I said, a lot of you have this product brand new and you're still a little unsure how to use it. So I'm going to do really, really simple eyeshadow. I am going to do my favorite. I'm just going to go with kind of my classic. I'm going to do let's see. I'm going to do number 26, which is One Night Stand. This is the same color I did on my daughter's 12-year-old friend. And I was so horrified I had to tell her the name. But really, with Limelight, they go by numbers. So we're just going to go by numbers. 26. This is a really natural, oh gosh, it's like a really natural tan. So if you like neutrals, this would be a color that you would want. And on the website, it can be kind of hard to tell. They don't have really great pictures of the individual colors. So you can take my word for it if you're looking for like a really natural base color. 26 is great. Okay, and then, like I said, I'm going to just kind of hurry through this. And I'm not an eyeshadow expert. And I'm going to show you how to do a super easy winged eyeliner using this eyeshadow. So I'm just going to tell you what, I'm going to do number 28 right there. So I'm going from like really, what did I do? Right there, really light brown or tan to this shade, which is number 28, which is just a darker brown. And I'm just going to bring it up here a little bit. Hey, Jacqueline, I can see you watching. I have not messaged you back yet. Please don't think I'm ignoring you. We had a tornado here like 2 days ago, and we were out of power for a while, and I have been really slow at kind of getting messages back and different things. There was literally a tornado like a mile west of my house, and so, you know, like if you've seen the movie Twister, you know that there's like, by the way, that movie completely traumatized me years ago. I've been terrified of tornadoes ever since, and then we had one 2 days ago. And you always see like a huge horrible hailstorm and the whole wind thing happen when there's a tornado coming or like right close by. That's what we got hit with 2 days ago, and the tornado was not very far from our house. It was so scary. It was so scary. And my neighborhood is just full of downed trees. It's like a little war zone. I forgot you sent me a PM. Well, good. I guess I didn't need to say anything. Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how to do the simplest winged liner. If you have if you've seen winged liners and you've thought, you know, that's too hard, I can't do it. First of all, it is really hard to do a winged liner with liquid. I don't have I have, you know, my liquid eyeliner. By the way, Limelight by Alcone makes the best liquid eyeliner. I have to show you. It's right here. Mine is beat up, but I'm using it down to the very end. But it has, let me do my little trick. It has a super, super sharp point. And if you are doing winged liner, you need to have a really, really sharp point. And this is a brush tip, best I've ever used as far as liquid. So this is generally what I use. But I learned a really cool trick that you can do winged eyeliner really quick. When I do my liquid, what is that called? A pen. When I do my liquid pen, I screw it up all the time. I've been doing winged eyeliner for years, and I still screw it up all the time. I'll get one side perfect, the other side will be messed up, and I'll be like, "Arr!" and I need to go. But this little trick, I don't think I have messed up a great winged eyeliner once using this little brush. So what this looks like, if you go to Limelight by Alcone, go to Lily's Dream Skin. You want to go to my website. Not the general one. You will find this brush. So it's a double tipped. It has the mascara spoolie on one end. So my connection is weak. Can you guys still see me? And then it has this tip. Let me see. So you can see it's really, really skinny. And then it has that nice angle and a sharp point. That is the trick. That's what you want. So let me show you how to do this. I have no idea if you can see me. It just says your connection is weak. I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means I'm just a haze right now or if I'm gone. Hey, Daniel. Thanks for coming and learning how to do eyeliner. Just kidding. Daniel's my friend. He does a lot of cool videos. So this is how you do it. This is how you do it. You take the finishing spray. This is the 16-hour finishing spray. This is what is going to make eyeshadow turn into eyeliner. This is the secret sauce. So what I do is I shake it up. You always shake up the sprays. I spray it in my hand, so I kind of have like a little puddle in my hand. And I'm going to take that sharp point and I'm going to roll it around in there. And then I'm going to pick out which color I'm going to do my eyeliner. I'm going to do, you always want to do a dark one or it won't show up. I'm going to do number 8, brownie points. This is usually the one I do. You can see the eyeliner is kind of funny looking. Okay, thanks, Daniel. You're funny. Daniel makes short films, and he's really talented. And we were friends back in my gold gym days. He was always super cool. Okay, so I'm taking this. I've never demonstrated this. Let me see if I can do this. Maybe if I. Oh gosh, this is the scary part. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this tip so that the sharp point is out. And I'm going to touch at an angle. There, do you see how I did that? All I did was touch down. Nephi? Is that my dog? My dog is right outside my door. He keeps track of me wherever I'm at. And I'm just touching down. And I have already a perfect wing on the end. And then all I have to do is take that eyeliner. I'm just re-dipping it. My brush is still wet. This is so weird demonstrating this on camera. Okay, but I'm going to anyways. And I'm just going to kind of leave that end alone. So my little wing I'm going to leave alone for a second. And I'm going to go and line, I would say just like you would any other way. Just go ahead and line your eye. And then this part might take a little practice. Do it a little thicker towards the ends and you can kind of come in. I'm going to have to stop talking for a second so I can do this. I'm going to come in to, you know, about where, let's say, the dark of my eye starts, and I'm going to go back over and kind of do a little bit thicker. I might have to stop talking for a second. And for some reason, it feels so forgiving with eyeshadow. With the liquid liner, you make one little mistake and you want to say a swear word. But with this, it just feels like it just works so much easier. So then over here where I have my perfect little tips, because all I did was I just went to my eye and I just touched right down and made a mark at that angle. I'm just going to connect it a little bit more and go across. And that's pretty much it. This technique you can learn in maybe 1 or 2 times. The liquid eyeliner, you're going to have a fantastic outcome also, but it's going to take you longer. And you'll have, like I have regularly, a lot of regular frustrations because, I mean, anybody that does the liquid liner, it's like a joke. You just know that depending on the day, it's going to be a bad day. So let me hurry and do the other side so I match. But I don't know if you can see it. It's not perfect. Like, that's the other thing about using the eyeshadow is you can almost take your finger and just lightly buff out, like if the edge is not quite perfect. So look, it's all over my hand because there was stuff there. But let me see if I can quickly do this. Okay, I got that. Nephi? Hello? Oh, okay, it's my son out there. See, I've already kind of messed it up. And it just wiped right off because it's the... Okay, I'm gonna hold my eye. Okay, and then I'm going to connect it. This one isn't quite as perfect because I feel pressure that people are watching me and maybe even strangers. That's not the most natural feeling to feel. But you know what? It's pretty good. So I just have to fix it one little point. There we go. So again, all I did was take that tip, touch down to create the wing, and then you line your eyeliner. You line your eye. What is that called? What is that little edge called? You're gonna line your eye just like you would normally, but then go back over and just kind of add a little bit of a thicker line. I promise you this is the easiest way to get a really great winged eye. And then all you have to do to kind of finish it off, and pretty much you should be done with your makeup at this point anyways, take your finishing spray again, and you're just going to lightly, doesn't taste, they should make this like orange flavored or something. And that will help seal on not only the eyeliner again, but also your eyeshadow, so you have a great finish. And this really does help your makeup to stay on for 16 hours. I go all the time. I do my makeup at 6 in the morning, and at 10 o'clock at night, it still looks really good. So that's that. Oh, let me show you the mascara. Okay, so the tongue twister. The mascara is the perfect, it's called the Perfect Mascara. And comes in this great little tube. You twirl it around. The cool thing about this mascara is that it has the fibers built right in. So if you've used other fiber mascaras, you know that they're usually like a two-step, but then you'll have little fibers falling on your face throughout the day, and the mascara tends to be clumpy. This is a really smooth mascara, and everybody that has bought this mascara and then I've gotten feedback from, they all love it. So I don't think I've had any unhappy customers with this. Nobody's wanted to return it. Everybody's been really impressed with it. And I love it because I hate clumpy mascara. And I don't like the spidery eyes look. I want it to be pretty much as natural as possible, but my natural look with no makeup on, I really don't want, but I want my makeup to almost look natural. So this is a really great mascara to go right along with these cosmetics that allow you to have a natural look because you use so much less because of their high pigmentation. Okay, so I think that's it. I think I'm done. As far as lip color, I was looking like crazy for my favorite lipstick that Limelight makes. It's called Not Telling, K-N-O-T. It's their nude lipstick, and it is the perfect nude lipstick. And I had it in my jacket, and I lost it because I was taking it everywhere with me. I wore it everywhere. So instead of wearing my favorite nude lipstick, I'm going to use my favorite lip gloss. And this one is Dream. I know that. I don't know. I had to look at it. But Limelight's lip glosses are awesome because they're not sticky. They feel just really smooth and creamy on your lips, and they last. And they're super cute. And they have a little mirror on it, so you can take it with you. And I love it. Dream is the color that most people asked for when I was making little samples for people. Almost everybody wanted Dream. And I think everybody loved it. Because it gives you kind of that nude lipstick feel, but it adds a little bit of rosiness. So, okay, I think that's it. So that is kind of a demonstration. If you have your new Limelight products, I hope that helped you to understand how to use them. If you're one of my friends that have been thinking about getting them for the first time, I hope it helps you to understand also how easy it is to use them, and what a great outcome you can get with using very little product. So I hope you have a great Saturday. Message me with any questions. This is This is my fun business. I love this. I love to help you find the right colors. It's super easy to get color matched. You don't have to be with me in person to color match. I have a quiz I send you and we get it all figured out. So just message me, but go to liliesdreamskin.com to check out more, and I will talk to you later. Bye. Happy Saturday.